Welcome to the lecture on electromagnetic field theory. In that we will study rectangular waveguides. The topics of rectangular waveguide are introduction, rectangular waveguide, TM mode of propagation. So rectangular waveguide is not a transmission line because it has less than two conductors. When filled with a homogeneous dielectric, the rectangular waveguide supports transverse electric and transverse magnetic TE and TM modes, but not transverse electromagnetic modes. The cutoff frequencies for TE and TM modes are the same. The TE00 mode does not exist. For TM modes, M is not equal to 0 and N is not equal to 0 in TEMN mode. The TE10 is the dominant mode because the TM10 mode does not exist. It is only the phase velocity that exceeds the vacuum speed of light. So there are many components of rectangular waveguides shown in the figure here. One is crystal mount, rotating joint, elbow, pressurizing unit, metered elbow, unidirectional broad band coupler, bulkhead flange, unidirectional narrow band coupler, 90-degree twist, bidirectional narrow band coupler, RF radar assembly, etc. Again, in the rectangular waveguide, there are two types of junctions. One is E-type junction, another one is S-type junctions. So combination of these two will give magic T waveguide junction. This will isolate both the electric and magnetic field waves. The rectangular waveguide is a hollow metallic tube with a rectangular cross section. The conducting walls of waveguide confine the electromagnetic fields and thereby guide EM wave. The rectangular waveguide is characterized by its dimensions, length A and breadth B. So usually A is always greater than B. Some of the applications of rectangular waveguides are in microwave communication, broadcasting system, and radar installations. So derivations of electric and magnetic field components in a rectangular waveguide. We know that the four Maxwell equations with surface charge is 0 are given by del dot E bar is equal to 0, del dot B bar is equal to 0, curl of P bar is equal to minus J omega mu S bar, and curl of S bar is equal to J omega epsilon E bar for sigma is equal to 0, and the electric flux density D bar is equal to epsilon E bar, and dou by dou T is equal to J omega. Consider the Maxwell equation curl of S bar is equal to J omega epsilon E bar, where S bar magnetic field vector is having Hx Ax bar plus Hy Ay bar and Hz Az bar along xy and z axis, and E bar is equal to Ex Ax bar plus Ey Ay bar plus Ez Az bar. The equation number 1 can be solved by using the matrix method. In the first row, the unit vectors Ax bar, Ay bar, Az bar substituted. In the second row, the partial derivatives of dou by dou x dou by dou y, dou by dou z. And in the third row, we're writing the magnitudes of the S bar field Hx, Hy, Hz. This is equal to j omega mu E bar, where E bar is already written here. Therefore, if we simplify this, we get Ax bar inside the bracket dou by dou y Hz minus dou by dou z Hy plus Ay bar dou by dou z Hx, dou by dou x Hz plus Az bar dou by dou x Hy minus dou by dou y Hx is equal to j omega epsilon Ex Ax bar plus Ay bar plus Az bar. You call equation number 5. So equating the unit vectors Ax bar, Ay bar and Az bar components on both sides of equation 5, we will get dou by dou y Hz plus gamma Hy is equal to j omega epsilon Ex, equation number 6. Dou by dou x Hz plus gamma Hx is equal to minus j omega epsilon Ey, equation number 7. Dou by dou x Hy minus dou by dou y Hx is equal to j omega epsilon Ez, equation number 8. Next, to find the other equations, replace magnetic field S bar by electric field E bar and permittivity epsilon by permeability minus mu in equation number 6, 7 and 8. So you will get dou by dou y Ez plus gamma Ey is equal to minus j omega mu Hx, equation number 9. Dou by dou x Ez plus gamma Ex plus j omega mu Hy, equation number 10. From 8, dou by dou x Ey minus dou by dou y Ex is equal to minus j omega mu Hz, equation number 11. So next, we can find the expression of transverse component of electric and magnetic fields in terms of longitudinal field components. So from equation number 7, we know that Ey is equal to minus 1 divided by j omega epsilon inside the bracket dou by dou x Hz plus gamma Hx, equation number 12. Substitute 12 in equation number 9. We will get dou by dou y Ez minus gamma by j omega epsilon inside the bracket dou by dou x Hz plus gamma Hx is equal to minus j omega mu Hx. So further you simplify, we get dou by dou y Ez minus gamma into dou Hx by dou x divided by j omega epsilon plus gamma square Hx whole divided by minus j omega epsilon is equal to minus j omega mu Hx. Then dou by dou y Ez minus gamma divided by j omega epsilon dou by dou x Hz is equal to minus j into Hx inside the bracket gamma square by omega epsilon plus omega mu. Therefore, if we put S square is equal to gamma square plus omega square into mu epsilon in this equation, we'll get dou by dou y Ez minus gamma divided by j omega epsilon dou by dou x Hz is equal to minus jx h square divided by omega epsilon, equation number 13. From this we can find what is Hx. Hx is equal to omega epsilon whole divided by minus j square inside the bracket dou by dou y Ez minus gamma j epsilon into omega epsilon divided by minus j into h square into dou by dou x Hz. If simply we'll get Hx is equal to minus gamma divided by h square into dou by dou x Hz plus j omega epsilon whole divided by h square into dou by dou y is z. We call equation number A. Similarly, we'll get hy field is equal to minus gamma by h square dou by dou y h z minus j omega epsilon h square dou by dou x z. We call equation number B. By changing h by e and epsilon by minus mu, we get from ex is equal to minus gamma square by h square dou by dou x e x minus j omega. So Vx Ex is equal to minus gamma square by h square dou by dou x Ez minus j omega mu h square dou by dou y hz, and Ey is equal to minus gamma square by h square dou by dou y Ez plus j omega mu by h square dou by dou x hz. So next, model propagation in rectangular waveguide. We'll get 4 modes or field pattern in rectangular waveguide. The first one is Ez is equal to 0 and Hz is equal to 0. It's called transverse electromagnetic mode. Here all field components are 0. Therefore, rectangular waveguide cannot support TEM mode. For Ez is equal to 0, Hz is not equal to 0. It is called transverse electric field mode. So next, Hz is equal to 0 and Ez is not equal to 0. It is called transverse magnetic field mode. If Hz is not equal to 0 and Hz is also not equal to 0, this mode is called hybrid mode or HE mode. So next is transverse magnetic wave or TM mode. Derivation. In TM wave, Hz is always 0 and wave equation in Ez is given by del square Ez is equal to mu epsilon dou square by dou t square Ez, call equation number 1. If the time variation and phase variation both are exponential, that is Ez xyz is equal to Ez xy into e raised to minus gamma z into e raised to minus j omega t, call equation number 2. But we know that dou by dou z is equal to minus gamma, dou square by dou z square is equal to gamma square, dou by dou t is equal to minus j omega, dou square by dou t square is equal to minus omega square. Equation 1 becomes dou square by dou x square Ez plus dou square by dou y square Ez plus gamma square Ez is equal to minus omega square mu epsilon Ez. Therefore, dou square by dou x square Ez plus dou square by dou y square Ez plus Ez into bracket gamma square plus omega square mu epsilon, taking RHS towards LHS, and substitute h square is equal to gamma square plus omega square mu epsilon in the above equation. We get dou square by dou x square Ez plus dou square by dou y square Ez plus h square Ez is equal to 0. We call equation number 3. Equation number 3 is known as Helmholtz equation. Is a second order linear differential equation in which Ez is a function of x and y only. It does not involve z or t. This equation can be solved using the method of variable separation. According to this method, let Ez is equal to capital X into capital Y, call equation number 4, where capital X is a function of small x only and capital Y is a function of small y only. Substitute equation number 4 in 3. We'll get dou square by dou x square xy plus dou square by dou square xy plus h square into xy is equal to 0. So if you differentiate the above equation, we'll get, since y is constant, if you take outside, y into dou square by dou x square x, and here x is constant, y is variable. You can take capital X outside. X into dou square y by dou y square plus h square xy is equal to 0. Divide throughout the equation number 5 by capital X and capital Y. We get 1 by capital X dou square capital X by dou x square plus 1 by y dou square y divided by dou y square plus h square is equal to 0. This is called equation number 6. Let 1 by x dou square by dou x square into capital X is equal to minus a square. Therefore, it becomes dou square capital X by dou x square plus x a square is equal to 0. Call equation number 7. So, therefore, the above equation becomes minus a square plus 1 by y dou square y by dou y square plus x square is equal to 0. Therefore, 1 by y dou square y divided by dou y square is equal to minus b square. Therefore, dou square capital Y divides dou y square plus capital Y b square is equal to 0, where h square is equal to a square plus b square. The roots of equation number 7 are m square is equal to minus a square. So, minus can be written as j square into a square. Therefore, d is equal to plus or minus j into a. And the roots of equation number 8, n square is equal to minus b square. This can be written as j square b square. Therefore, d is equal to plus or minus j beta. Therefore, general solutions of equation number 7 and 8 are capital X is equal to c1 cos of ax plus c2 into sin of ax, call equation number 9, and y is equal to c3 cos by plus c4 sin by, equation number 10. So then Ez is equal to capital X into y. Substitute the values of x and y solutions here. Let c1 cos ax plus c2 sin ax. Close the bracket, and in another bracket we will get c3 cos by plus c4 sin by. Where c1, c2, c3, c4 are arbitrary constants whose values can be fixed with boundary conditions. Now applying boundary conditions here, Ez field is 0, at x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0, gives c1 is equal to 0 and c3 is equal to 0 from equation number 11. Substitute the c1 is equal to 0 and c3 is equal to 0 in equation number 11. So therefore this term is 0 and this term is 0. We get only two terms here. So next, applying another condition, Ez is equal to 0 at distance x is equal to a and y is equal to b in equation number 11. After making c3 is equal to 0, c1 is equal to 0. This condition is satisfied only when capital A is equal to m pi by a and capital B is equal to n pi by b. Therefore, equation Ez becomes capital C into sin m pi by ax into sin n pi by by e raised to minus gamma z, where capital C is equal to C2 into 4. Correct number 12. But h square is equal to a square plus b square. Therefore, it gives m pi by small a whole square plus n pi b inside bracket raised to square. So with these values of z is equal to 0 and Ez from equation number 12, call this equation number 1. Other components can be calculated using equations A, B, C and D. We get Ex is equal to B into minus J beta whole divided by x square into C cos m pi by Ax into sin n pi by By e raised to minus J beta Z into e raised to j omega t, for equation number 2. And Ey is equal to capital A into minus J beta whole divided by x square into C sin m pi by Ax into cos n pi by By e raised to minus J beta Z e raised to j omega t, equation number 3. So in terms of magnetic field, we will get Hx is equal to A into j omega epsilon whole divided by h square into c sin m pi by a into cos n pi by b y e raised to minus j beta z e raised to j omega t. Call equation number 4. Similarly, hy is equal to b into minus j omega epsilon divided by h square into c cos of m pi by ax into sin n pi by by into e raised to minus b z e raised to j omega t. So, in the next class, we'll study the derivation of transverse electromagnetic wave propagation in the rectangular waveguide.